My name is Azaria Medina. I am 17 and currently a senior at Winters High School. Go! Go! Go Big Blue! 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 Last time! Go! Go! Go Big Blue! Let's go Rams! Let's go Big Blue!
This is the cultural fit category of the interview questions for ASU Tryout. What does the ideal team culture look like to you? I believe that the ideal team culture is when a teammate shows respect and love to one another. They need to have supportive people on the team to show them that they're there for them no matter what situation they're in. This also can allow them to bond better, especially going to competitions or even just like having better communication during football games. I know it may seem hard to others, but I think being able to stay positive through difficult times is what a team needs. Question 2 is, how do you think you can contribute to our current team culture? I know that I can bring a positive energy to the team and to many practices. I can show them their worth as well. By this I mean that helping them when they can't do something and also showing them that I'm there if they want to talk. But I know I'm a positive person, and every single practice I can bring the energy up and I can just make sure that everybody's okay with each other, especially during really difficult times, such as stressing like for exams or something while having practice. I know that I can make sure nobody's arguing and we get things done. Question 3 is, what does it mean to be a representative of Angelo State University? To me, it means to act positively and stand out for ASU, which is just basically representing them in a good way on and off campus. Like, I can't be doing nothing bad, nothing I'm not supposed to. I need to respect the name Angelo State University as well as I would like my last name. I need to make sure that everybody knows it's a good school, you should go to it, and that we listen and we are properly mannered. Moving on to the social skills category. Which personality traits do you value on your team? I love when teams are caring, positive, and supportive. I think that it's super important to be close with your teammates because it shows how much you care for each other and it shows that you care for the activity you're in. Being able to be close with your teammates just proves to others that that's something that they should want to do. It just makes others want to join the team next year. It makes others want to be a part of something like that and join in the community of Angelo State. Question 2 is, what types of attitudes or behavior do you think are beneficial to a team? I believe that we should have positive attitudes all the time. Even though something's wrong with you or something's going on personally, you should always stay positive to your teammates because you might not explain to them what's going on, they might not understand, and you just need to make sure that you have somebody there for you because your team should always be there for you. I also think it's important to be able to communicate properly because if you don't, things like drop stunts or messed up dances happen. I also think that you need to be able to respect each person on the team. Without respect, you basically have nothing for a team. The last question for this category is, please describe a conflict you had with a previous teammate and the way in which you resolved it. A conflict I had this year was probably stunting wise. We did not have very good communication and stunts ended up being dropped, but it wouldn't have happened if we properly talked about it during practice. I was a base at the time and I lifted up a girl and the other stunt group wasn't ready, and so they both ended up colliding into each other and they fell. We caught the girls safely, but what we had to learn from that was we need to make sure to talk to each other the day of the pep rally and talk whenever we are presenting that stunt in front of multiple other people. This just taught us that communication is really key. Now for the teamwork category. How can a cheerleader showcase to their team that they are a team player? They can showcase this in many ways, such as just being there, showing up for practices, doing as a coach says, not being lazy, putting your all into things. I know personally on the team that I was this year, many of the girls didn't want to try during practice, but tried during pep rallies and games. This caused them to not only be behind in some cheers, but it just didn't look right whenever we were all cheering together as one. We just eventually got better with it, but I know that if I want us all to look good, I want everybody to try their hardest. It just shows that they care just as much as you do. The next question is, how do you build a positive rapport with your teammates? How about your coaches? I think it's all about creating a friendly and trusting environment for each other. You have to have open communication, respect, and you need to let each other know what you want by the end of the year or what you want for the upcoming year. For teammates, I know it's different than coaches. For teammates, it's just showing that you care for each other and you're there to support each other and you have common ground with each other so y'all can bond. With coaches, it's different. I think you just need to learn how to take feedback. You need to demonstrate respect for each other, and you just need to maintain positive attitudes throughout communication with each other. The last question for this category is, describe what being a part of a team means to you. Being a part of a team is really important to me. Not only does it give me a second family, but it also gives me somewhere I can go when I have problems going on in my personal life. It's very important for me to become a part of the team, because if I don't feel welcomed, it just leads me to become distant and not want to be a part of anything. But being a part of a team is really important to me, and I've enjoyed it for the past 6 years. I've enjoyed cheering with the people I have been, and I'm just ready to create new bonds with new people. Moving on to the self-awareness category. Describe your biggest strengths and how you think they will be beneficial to the program. I know that my biggest strength, like I've said before in the other questions, I'm a very positive person. Throughout anything, I try my hardest to stay positive. I encourage, I show care, and I show love to every single person I meet, especially because you don't understand what's going on in their lives. And I know this could be beneficial because I know some people stress a lot during college, and having somebody to talk to can mean a lot. I also am a very open person, and I am a people person, which allows me to go out and talk to people and just be able to give them the experience I would have loved when I was a child. The next question is, describe your biggest weaknesses and how you plan to improve upon them. Some of my biggest weaknesses is keeping things to myself, like just personal things. And I've worked on it throughout the years, but I know it's very difficult for me to communicate my private emotions. Though I love to listen to others, I know it's a hard thing for me to do, but I've worked on it a lot. I know another thing is overdoing my ability. Sometimes I will try too hard and end up hurting myself, or I just won't give up and I go. Like during the clinic I went to, I did not stop once because I felt the need to try my hardest, or I will not be as good as I can be. The last question for this category is, please prioritize the following from the most important to least important and why. Work, school, family, cheer, and friends. I think at number 1, I would definitely put family, because family is the most important thing to me. Throughout anything and everything, they are always there for me, and I know no matter what happens, I have them and I just can't lose them. Next would be friends, because like I said before, they're very important to me and they've been with me throughout everything. I think most of my friends are considered family, and I just couldn't risk losing them, especially going into college and more stress. I think third would be school, because I have worked so hard to come to what I am right now. And if I were to put school behind me and just give up, I wouldn't be able to succeed in the things I'm going to in the future. And I know I'll need school always. I'll need my education, and my parents have fought too hard for me to give up on it. Then I would say work. Though work is important, I know that I couldn't risk putting cheer over work, knowing that that's the way I'm gonna get income, that's the way I'm gonna be able to learn how to do things for my future jobs. The reason I would put cheer last is because yes, it is very important to me. I love cheer so much, but I just couldn't put anything of these things below it, because of the fact these are more important. I'll need these further in life, and cheer will always be there for me, but I know I'll always need my work, my family, my school, my friends. I'll always need that stuff, and all that education coming from behind that in the back of my mind, rather than me forgetting about my family, forgetting about my schoolwork, and focusing all on cheer. I changed locations, but the next category is interpersonal skills. Describe a past situation where you had to interact with difficult people and how you handled it. So this past year, I had some girls who thought they were better than the rest of the team. They didn't want to go to practice. They didn't want to help with decorations, and they just didn't try as hard. I had to be the co-captain I was assigned to be and just be more strict with them. We didn't argue, but I did make sure they understood, like, if you want to stay a part of this team, you need to give it your all, because most of us like really cared about it, especially during state. We wanted to go further, and those girls who didn't try as hard, you could just tell that they didn't want it as bad as we did. So I just told them that they needed to give it their all. The next question is, please describe your communication style between you and your teammates. Most of my teammates were really, really close to me and really important to me. I know that it was very difficult for us to communicate at times, especially us being so far away from each other, like on the football field. I would just talk to them like I would any of my other friends. I would communicate with them and just let them know that, like, what we are doing, especially since I was a co-captain, I would let them know what we are doing, when we are doing it, and like what they needed to do. We didn't argue, and I tried my hardest not to use my leader voice on them, but sometimes I just had to, just to get it through their heads that I am their friend, but I also am a leader of this cheer team. The last question for this category is, please describe your communication style between you and your coach. That was very different than me and my teammates. Though I did respect my teammates, I showed more respect to my coach. I would just tell her if I had issues with girls on the team, like if they weren't listening properly or things were going on, I would tell her, and I would be as respectful as possible, because I did not want to overstep as a player, I guess. I did not want to overstep, and I just wanted her to understand that some girls didn't listen to me, they did not have enough respect for me, and I just wanted her to understand what I was going through. The next category is dependability and accountability. Discuss your understanding of the word dependable and how it pertains to cheerleading. Dependable to me means somebody that you can lay your head on, somebody that you can trust with everything, somebody that you know will be there no matter what. It pertains to cheerleading because you have to be dependable to everybody in your stunt group. You have to be dependable to the girls that, like, I can depend on you to learn this dance. I can depend on you to be at the next practice. I can depend on you to show up for anything, whether it's an event, a game, or just a practice. It's very important because you need to be able to depend on your teammates, whether it's like during practice, on a game, or even just as a friend. I think it's very important to a team. The next question is, how can a team member showcase that they are dependable to their coach? This past year, I showed my coach that I was there no matter what. I showed up to every practice, I kept the girls in line, and I just did my all for her throughout the whole season. I know it's very important to a coach to show them that they can depend on you, because no matter what, they're gonna need those girls on the team, those boys, whoever, they're gonna need them there to like have, just in case somebody gives up. Like, especially if you're going to a competition, like this past year we went to state, I know she needed me to make sure the girls were aligned, especially when she was gone. The last question for this category is, when you make a mistake, how do you go about taking accountability for your actions? I know I make a lot of mistakes, especially during cheering, and I just try my hardest to redo whatever I messed up on and do it properly this time. It takes a lot of practice to become a cheerleader. It takes a lot of practice to just memorize all the movements, all the words, and I always take accountability for the mistakes I make, especially if it is something like such as important as state. I will take accountability if I didn't know it and I messed up, or if like I wasn't sharp enough, because I know to coaches, it just shows a lot, and it shows the type of person you are, and it means a lot to them whenever you finally take accountability for the things you are doing wrong and what you need help on. My last category is overall. What are your overall goals for the team this season? My overall goals for myself and for the team are just becoming closer and connecting in ways like we haven't, or I haven't, with another team. I know it's very important to know your team really well, and I just want to be able to show them that I am there for them and I can be a major impact on this team, and just prove to them that joining the team was a good decision, and that I will do everything in my power to make the team better. The second question is, what are your personal goals for the season? Me, myself, I want to be more outgoing than I already am. I want to be able to cheer in front of many people without getting nervous. I want to prove to others that I am meant to be on the team. I am meant to be at ASU, and I just want to show that I am way more than what I anticipate, and I just would love to prove to others that me, myself as a person, is just better than they could ever imagine. And becoming a member of the team would just prove to so many little girls at my school that if I can do it, they can too. The last question is, why should we choose you to be a member of our program? I know I can be a big impact on this team, and I can just bring so much energy and joy that you couldn't imagine. I'm a serious hard worker. I try hard in everything I do. I am a try-hard, and I would love to prove that to y'all, that I will do everything in my willpower to be the best I can be for this team, and that it will benefit y'all in many ways. I will work as hard as I can, show up to every practice, as well as doing my best in school to stay a part of the team. Thank you.